So I had this dream that I had this time machine, except it wasn't like the TARDIS at all. It was this machine that looked like a robot, and apparently it had been a robot at one point, but the robot it had been was a dangerous robot, so they made a new one that just took the same shape as the robot, but this time it was a time and space travel machine. And I wasn't the only person in the time machine. There was about 5 of us, I think, and we got in the machine and it took us to this place way in the future, just randomly somewhere in the jungle on like the edge of this cliff. And we, like, I don't know why we were there. There was something wrong with the world, like there's something wrong with the future, and we were there to fix it. And it turned out we were on this island, so we had started making our home on this island, and we'd been living there for a long time. We built a house, and like we were surviving on this island out in this like jungle. Then all of a sudden our house was being attacked, like bombed and stuff like that, and it turned out Germany had decided it was going to take its ships out there and blow our home up. I don't know why Germany wanted to do that, but they did. So we took our machine and we got off the island. We went to the mainland, to one of the human colonies, because apparently, you know how in movies like 28 Days Later and stuff like that, there's a virus that went around and humans turned into zombies and stuff like that? Well, that's what had happened. And so we went to this colony where there were people who were uninfected, and it was my friend Grace's birthday party. It was a really, really small colony, but my friend Grace was there, and it was her birthday, and we tried having a birthday party celebration, but it was really hard when you knew at any moment you could get attacked or whatever. And I remember looking across the water and looking at the boats blowing up my home, and I was flipping out because it's like, that's my home, we can't let them blow up my home. And like nobody else seemed to care, and so there's nothing I could do. I just had to let Germany blow up our island. So then we were in our time machine thing turned into like a regular ship. So we were in this ship, but every seat was kind of like a harness that you laid down on, and then you had 2 joysticks because everyone had their own turret gun, I guess. And so we were all sitting in there with our guns, and we were flying around, and there was this group of infected that tried to attack us. And their leader, I know that their leader was somebody famous, but I can't remember who it was. And they tried to attack us, but we just used our ship and blew them away and stuff like that, I guess. And so then we came to this part where we had to get out of the ship, and the way you got out of the ship wasn't like through a door. It was like this carpet that you put your hands down on, and when you put your hands down on it, you just kind of were outside the ship, standing on the ground. It was kind of cool. And so then we were walking through this town, and there were people everywhere, but they were just motionless. They were just sitting there, not doing anything. And like there was a big line of traffic, and there were people in every single car, but they weren't doing anything. They were just sitting there, just staring straight ahead, no motion or anything. And I guess that's what the infection did. Like, we thought that the infection made them into monsters, but it turned out it just turned them into like completely harmless people who didn't do anything. And so then there was this one car, and we decided we were going to take a car, so we tried pulling this girl out of her car because she wasn't doing anything, she was just sitting there. So we went to pull her out of her car, and there's only traffic on one side of the road. The other side of the road was completely clear, so we were just going to go drive down that side of the road. So we tried pulling her out, and she started attacking me, and we were all really confused because these people didn't attack, they just kind of sat there doing nothing. And then I realized that she wasn't infected, she was completely normal. And I was like, what are you doing out here? And she's like, I had to go out and get food. So we took her car and we all went to her house. And I remember we walked into her house, and there was this little kid there who at first looked kind of creepy. And I like screamed because I was just so shocked that they were like normal living people, not zombies. And so we went into their house and we went to rescue them, I guess. That's really all I remember. If I had done this when I first woke up, I would have remembered more detail, but yeah. It was really weird though, because it was like a zombie movie, except in the end the zombies weren't harmful, they were just sad. Yep, okay, bye.